the fuck. You know why? Because there are people that fucking agree and that is their truth, whether right, wrong, or
But that's
indifferent.
a problem. That's a problem, Britt.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you
Not
why that's
all.
a
We don't
problem.
gotta think the same. You don't have to agree.
But the
You can
reason why
respect
that's
what
a
I'm
problem
saying.
is that just because
I always say this. My lady always says this, and if she was here, I promise you, she'll tell you. I always say this, Mama. I always understand you. Just because I don't agree doesn't mean that I don't understand. I understand.
My swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much
Welcome
money,
back to the Hear Me Out podcast. I am your host, Michael May, and today we're gonna lean into this video right here, right now. Big shout out to Anton. Yeah, guys already see I'm already subscribed to his channel. I think Anton is a very, I like his work. I think Anton, I do tend to feel Anton is very he is what I would like to call, he is the Haslam from the Miami. He is the Haslam of the manosphere. Everybody's gonna have different places from me. He is like the Haslam of the manosphere. He tries to he never goes too far left, he never goes too far right. He is a person that plays the middle very well. But you know what side he's on. Like, you know what side he's on. Like Haslam, if his teammates is wrong, Haslam will be like, "Yo, chill." But if a war breaks out, you know he's gonna go down for the Miami Heat. And I think we all understand that AD is he's on the manosphere side. Like I think that's pretty clear. Like, you know, I think he genuinely does want what's best for men. I'm not gonna take that from him, right? We're gonna jump into this video. We're gonna react fair use. I do like I always say, I'm here because a lot of what these guys talk about, I experience for real. And I think that that's something that I bring to the table that most people don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like, most content creators, no offense, a lot of these guys, if none of this was to happen, YouTube and the lights and getting a notoriety in real life, they would be nobody walking down the street. But before I came here, I was already in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? My family, the people that I run with in my circle, I mean, I'm not saying these guys are like top scholars of the world, but the street, like, it was different. Like, it's like, go back and look at the video that I did with Poppy from the Bronx. I already told y'all, I'm protected. You know what I'm saying? I'm a protected species. I'm a protected person. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like I offer something different to this space. And a lot of these experiences that you hear from men, I've had to transition even as young as being 10, that I could remember. Like, and a lot of these things, you know, most guys, they never got a chance to experience from young coming into old. Now, a lot of these guys, like, let's be real. If you look at Hafiz from when he first came on YouTube to look at Hafiz right now, he's two different complete people. You can tell that the way his life was before is not what it is now. So like I'm not speaking directly to him. I'm just saying as an example of where most people came from. You understand? I don't think that people have that authenticity that they can give you throughout their entire life. Like, I've been blessed. Yes. Have I always had beautiful women? Yes. I mean, look. Wow. I have stories to tell you guys on this channel here. But we're going to get right into this. I want to get into this one. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, turn on notifications. Listen, you're going to learn something about me. When I get really hype, really hype, and I get really excited, I stutter a little bit. And then when I get really mad, like I'm frustrated, I stutter. I've been working on this since I was a kid, but I get better at it all the time. But let's get right into this. I don't want to waste no time for y'all.
It's about the balance, a healthy balance of a man embodying both.
It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you're gonna be embodying both, but you're gonna lean more into one.
Nope.
We have masculine
I agree. Nope.
and feminine energy. We have both.
Nope.
Yes,
Nope.
we do.
I don't have that.
Damn, the video just started. Okay. Yes. One thing that big shout out to my brother Gotti. This is my oldest friend in the world. He used to always say things like, I lost my mom at a very young age. We're not gonna get into that in this video, but he would always make it a point to be like, yo, I think sometimes the way how you're very insensitive, I think is because you didn't really have your mom. But I would always say, no, that's not what it is. Like, I grew up around love. I didn't grow up on struggle, on survival mode. No, I had love. I grew up around love. You know what I'm saying? And I know what it is to be loved. I know what it is to feel jealousy. I know what it is to wear secondhand clothes. I've been through it all. You understand? So Anton is correct here. Like, there's just some people who got it and some people who just don't.
So you don't have any
it.
type of flow.
I don't. Okay, when you talking about masculine and because we got to define it, we got to break it down first, right? When you
When I
talk
talk
about
about
masculine,
masculine, I'm talking about action, taking lead.
right? But
Feminine is flow.
I don't
with the
have a
flow.
cutoff. I don't have a cutoff. Like,
So you heard what she said. Feminine is like flow. And then masculine is taking the lead. Hear me out. You see? Only women can say that. Only women. Why do you think Kevin Samuels was ridiculed so much? Why do you think that they wanted to shut him down so much? Why do you think Andrew Tate, they want to shut him down so much? Why do you think Fresh and Fit, they want to shut these guys down so much? Coach Greg. I was there when Coach Greg got shut down from Instagram. And yet, I would always put up all Coach's videos on Instagram. And Coach. Shout out to Coach. You know what I'm saying? That guy is authentic. He always show love. Always responds. And I got mad love for that dude. But you see, if a man says masculinity is taking charge, flow is feminine, we're canceled. Only women could do this. Let's just keep going. I'm ready. You have to get upset.
like one of the things that Rita say about me a lot of times is that, like, I don't have any kind of temperance. I don't have a middle road. Like, I'm always on. I'm always fucking on. I don't, like, I'm in go mode. And it's very hard for me to see. My biggest problem is to pull back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To take it into consideration, to listen, or whatever, so on and so forth. Because I'm always like, yo, I got to fucking conquer the world. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult for me to even consider something from a feminine energy perspective, right? And that I'm a savage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. Even
now, time out. Hear me out. I too suffer from this. I mean, it's over here where I'm at right now. It's, as I can see, it's 6:53 in the morning. Yes, and I'm having Red Bulls, and I got the next one over here lined up because I know it's gonna be one of those mornings that I'm gonna have to work. But if my wife was up, she'll tell you like that's a problem that I have too. I mean, I'm not sure if it's really a problem, but I do know that I suffer from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always on. I'm always on. And do I do I try to change it for my lady? No. Do I try my best to help her understand the reasons as to why I'm just always on? I'm always on. Sometimes, cause I I feel as a man, and I always tell her this. My job is to always be on, and in my actual profession, I am in the armed service. I do armed service. So naturally, your brain is always on. It's always on. Like everybody knows I've always been in security my whole entire life. But when I left New York, I got into the armed service and it's changed me. And like I was already a pill back in New York City. But me being in the armed service, when they train you, when they show you different things, your brain just works in a different way. And then when you combine that with the atmosphere that I grew up in, like I always told you guys, I didn't always grow up around the nerdy kids. I grew up I was Bronx, New York, Castle Hill, Soundview section of the Bronx. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a young pup. I'm not 25 years old though. I know I look it. I look like a joint. No, I'm sorry. I'm joking. Hear me out. But I'm a much older man. I think I'm actually older than these guys. You understand? I think I'm older than the mediocre tutorial. I think I'm older than Anton. I think I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm older than the fresh and fits. So, but what happens is, like I said, I grew up. My environment helped me be who I am. My environment always kept me on point. But does it always benefit me in my relationships? No, because there are times that my lady does say like, yo, can you like can you tone it down a bit? You know what I'm saying? And and there are times that I'm like, you know what, yo, you're right. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're right, you're right. Let me just, especially like, yo, we could be home in the house, and I'm on it. I'm on it, and it's just who I am. So that part I understand about Anton. Like, I don't really think of the feminine side. Oh, how do you think I feel? I don't think how you feel. I don't. My lady has to tell me this is how I took it, how it made me feel. And like, I mean, Mama, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't know, but I love the fact that she trusts me. She knows that she picked somebody who's is masculine, who I'm gonna take responsibility of whatever it is. Like I am responsible for this relationship, and she understands that God put me in that position. But we're not gonna get into that. We're not getting into God right now because I already know what happened in the last video. But we're gonna continue going right now. Go ahead, Anton.
To the point to where I've had to change and evolve even in my own relationship, to the point to where communicating effectively for me had to be taking into consideration how she felt versus I'm saying, yo, you do understand I'm out here conquering the fucking world, right? You live this phenomenal life. You drive all of these awesome cars. You travel where you want to go to. You got an unlimited spending budget. You know what I'm saying? I had to take into consideration maybe that's not. Now,
That is my goal to get there. Though we do live nice, but that is my goal to. Big shout out to Scales, International Nova, Tropical Breeze. Uh, we've we've blown through money throughout our lives. Like remember, I also come from the music industry too. But we've blown so much money throughout our life. Like we have stories that we could tell our kids that will last us a lifetime. And there's some stories that we just can't tell. We can't tell all the stories. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like, to want that for my woman, like he said, I want her to be able to have that unlimited spending. I want her to be able to do whatever she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what every man should be working towards in his life, for his woman and his family and his children and whatever it may be. But sometimes that takes you in. Let me rephrase that. For those that know me, I don't do retakes. That's why you guys love me so much. I'm sorry. Not sometimes. You're all the time gonna have to be a savage to achieve what it is that he's saying. And sometimes it's gonna take your woman saying, hey, look at me. Look at me. I need you to bring it down a little bit, you know? So yes, he's spot on right now.
All women want that. However, maybe that's not the thing that she's looking for at that time, because she also wants to be listened to, right? But
yeah, because they're very fucking different.
But most men that are looking.
Wait. Hold on. Time out. You fellas, y'all gonna kill me in this video. Did she just say, yeah, because we're different? She needs to go out there and tell all those effinists that we're different. Because according to them, we're the same. Let's keep going. I just want to point that out real fast.
Looking to fucking conquer the world have a hard time coming back to that feminine energy part.
Is that healthy?
For us, it is.
Mm-hmm.
In a
No,
relationship,
when it
maybe
comes
not
to
so
making
much.
money in business, it works to your advantage.
Correct.
But what's all the money in the world and traveling if you're not even fucking engaged in a conversation when I'm talking to you about my day or when I went to the nail salon?
But that's you looking at it from a woman's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for you to see it from a guy's perspective because we don't think like women. Well, most guys. Well, the best guys don't think like women. We don't think like women.
Well, hold on. Because now you're associating
Deep dive.
something different.
Whenever I stay at a White Lotus,
Sorry,
I
guys.
always
Commercials.
have
Y'all already
them.
know I don't do retakes. Play I love me. I don't do retakes.
Because now you're mixing things, I feel like. Because in reality, there is yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
You embody both, whether you want to believe it or not. You may lean, everything is energy, and we have both. That it's just is. That's what it is. I'm gonna actually send you some stuff on Instagram that I feel like would actually be
All right, send it. Because I can't see it.
Because I think what happens is too when men hear the word feminine, they think, I ain't no bitch. Like I ain't doing
No,
this.
I know what you mean.
No, but
I know what you
it's
mean.
like the nurturing part, like the flow, the caretaking, like that's the listening, like that's that. And I'm not even gonna just limit that to just being feminine, but you have both, okay? I would say, as an outsider, you never taking a break is not healthy.
Do I have both, Rita? Honestly, in your opinion.
If that works for y'all, it works for y'all.
Well, no.
Not, you see, and here's the problem. Right? Hear me out, right? Many great men, Patrice O'Neal, the Kevin Samuels, the Donovans, the Coach Gregs, the Immortal Minds, so many men have, Tom Likens, so many men have always said this, what I'm going to say right now. The problem is this. Women, ladies, and if y'all listening to me, or two women that are subscribed to my channel so far, listen, hear me out. The thing is this, y'all can't sit there and say, oh my God, I want my man, because we all know that, we all know the number is 100,000. That's like the bare minimum that these chicks swear that they that they like entitled to, the bare minimum. Like, oh, 100,000 is the least that a man can make when he's with me. But hear me out. For you to sit there, right? For you to sit there and say, I want a man that's making all this money. Right? Hear me out. This is so delusional. I want a man that's as wealthy as Bill Gates, but then spends time with me. Like I always say, but he spends time with me like John Legend. What would I do without your smile? And then it's like, but he's adventurous and he's so masculine, but then he's emotional with me. And then it's like, he's busy at work, but then he always makes time for the family. Listen to me. Both things don't go together. Hear me out. Some of y'all may not know this. Do you know that? I think it was Bill Gates. Bill Gates had in his contract, his marital contract, go look this up. I believe one of the clauses in his prenup was he had to spend, I think he had to spend 80 hours a month Bill Gates was obligated to spend 80 hours a month with his wife. That was one of their clauses in their contract. It could have been more out, but I know it was something like outrageous like that. Like, what did you just say? Because she understood who she was with. This is Bill Gates. He's making multi-billion-dollar deals every single day. Can she see him every single day? Absolutely not. I don't even mean to be rude, y'all, but absolutely not. So she turns around and puts it in the contract. I gotta spend 80 hours with you. He agreed to it. Hey, that's the way he's gonna, but y'all can't have it both ways. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and this is why women don't understand. I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry. The act of sex for a man, for most men, especially men at that level, those levels, is like, after they get done, it's like, because it's like, for some men up there, it's almost like a waste of time. Like, yo, how much time do I got on the clock? Because I can't be here long. And some of you women really don't understand that. Some guys, like, hear me out. Big shout out to Joe. I've been in situations where I've seen my boss tell his wife, I'm going to be home to eat in 30 minutes. Please have the food ready. Tell the kids to be at the table. He'll go in the house. Be there. Like, he'll let me know. Like, it's no secret, I used to drive my boss around, right? Well, it didn't always start like that, but I drive my boss around. Like, he'll be like, yo, go pick up the range at this location. Meet me here at my house. Be there at exactly 8:45. If I wasn't there at 8:45, because he was walking out of his house at 8:45 to catch a flight to go somewhere else. And like, I've flown business class. I know what it is to go American Airlines, laying out on the bed. You know, I got to experience all that. When you're dealing with these these busy guys, they're not sitting here, and even me, like, they're not sitting home watching Netflix and chill, or they're not doing that. I'll be there in 6 minutes. You know what's so funny? Hear me out real fast. Before I get back into this. So one time I'm sitting down. I can't mention who. But big shout out to Dan Pena. It's an associate of his. We talking, and he says, "So I heard you do music." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Explain to me how can investing in your music will make money? Go on." He said, "Go. You got 3 minutes." I'm like, "How am I gonna explain this to you in 3 minutes? How do you want me to explain this elaborate thing in 3 minutes?" Like, but that's how they are. Listen, you got 3 minutes. All right, time's up. Yo, oh, I got stories for days. Listen, busy men, hit me out. Big shout out, man. I was working right at a company before called a medical facility. That's what I'm saying, medical facility. I ain't trying to get anybody in trouble. And I used to always work with a lot of the people in different departments. But one of the guys who was the architect, they worked for the architect department in the building. They built all the buildings for the medical facility, whatever it may be. One time their boss, we talking this and that, and his son is like gonna be like one of those like top, like, I don't know, one of the top players and all that and stuff like that. When these guys talk, they talk like, yo, it's like yo, I feel like they got like a stopwatch. They be like, yeah, so yeah. Give me a call. And we'll talk about, you know what, tomorrow, golf course. Meet me there. I'm like, do y'all know where the golf course is at? Like, it's crazy how just dealing with people on a different level. Man, some of y'all ladies are never gonna understand when you're dealing with busy men operate on a different frequency. Oh man, let's just keep on.
I'm not talking about whether or not it works because honestly, I've evolved a lot to where I do take more into consideration. See, she looking like, I don't know about that. Look, I'm a monster.
Yeah, but you got to understand that you can be strong and you can also be gentle. There are two polarizing properties that can both exist. At the same-
It's so deep. Yo, listen. Yo, Mo, she sounded like my lady, yo. That was cold-hearted. That was cold-blooded. She said, I don't know about that on the live camera. That's fucked up. Yo, he had to look over. Yo, that's fucked up. Yo, she's filed for that. Yo, these niggas is recording. Yo. That was funny. Oh, shit. I didn't see that part of the interview. Yo, that was funny. I wasn't expecting that.
Something
that
My
I
lady
try
did
to
some
do.
shit like
It's just
that.
something
No,
that
but
I
I'm
naturally am.
saying strength isn't just limited to being a monster. Strength is also being able to come home and listen, being able to have emotionally support someone.
That's what she wants
Outside
it
of
to be.
financial support, yes, everybody wants that. Great, cool. But what about like, are you even an active listener?
I think that I am, but she would say that she wants me to listen more.
Okay, so let's pause that for a second.
Okay.
Because how you feel is how you feel. That's her truth. So
Alright, we gonna commercials, y'all. Sorry, I already know. I don't do retakes.
Let's finish what Bruce started.
Put all these damn commercials here, man. Come on, man.
there is truth to what
Alright, first of all, there is no my truth, your truth. There's only the truth. Let's just keep going, though. I've been holding this video for too long already,
saying.
laughing
Her
and
perspective
sharing
is valid. All
personal
feelings are valid,
experiences.
right? So for you to be like, well, I feel like I listened to you enough. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I ask you or did you ask me?
Well,
Because
but see,
I'm telling you, I don't feel supported. I don't feel like you're listening.
My lady will tell you, I feelings. Tell me about your feelings. Like, my lady was up right now. She'd be like, "What feelings? What? She's like, what did you say about feelings?" I'm like, I said, I don't operate like that. It's just I don't operate like that.
Well enough. I'm
Sorry,
going to need
mamas.
you to tweak something because you're not listening.
or there may be something wrong with you. Also,
Ooh,
Maybe there's something wrong with the both of us.
maybe, right? But
God forbid it be you.
no, that's not what I'm saying though.
God forbid.
But we are all perfectly flawed.
correct.
Okay, well then take some accountability. Then maybe you.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not though.
Okay, but
I
it could
agree.
be you,
I
right?
agree.
But
No,
I'm
no,
saying if she's saying
100%.
you're not listening, that you could be a better listener. Why not take into consideration what she's saying?
I do.
Every perspective It doesn't matter how fucked up someone's perspective is, whether you're a terrible listener or you're a great listener. There is truth in every perspective on this world. That's why I love all
Correct.
these. Let me finish. That's why I love
agree.
all these different podcasts. I don't care if they're shaming women or whatever the fuck. You know why? Because there are people that fucking agree and that is their truth, whether right, wrong, or
But that's
indifferent.
a problem. That's a problem, Britt.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you why
Not
that's
all.
a
We don't
problem.
gotta think the same. You don't have to agree.
But the
You can
reason why
respect
that's a
what I'm
problem
saying.
is that just because
I always say this. My lady always says this, and if she was here, I promise you, she'll tell you. I always say this, Mama. I always understand you. Just because I don't agree doesn't mean that I don't understand. I understand you, and I can understand what you're saying without agreeing. I don't have to. You can't say because you understand me, then you have to. No, and my lady is one of the most logically sound women with an extreme level of emotions at the same. My lady would cry about something and be like, I think what you said is correct. Like, yo, listen, my lady is very smart. Cause sometimes it's hard. It's hard from where she's come from. She's come from a strong women, strong household, but even having a strong father, and even with that, like sometimes like she has to sit there and she has to understand, like, you know, like though she has strong her own strong point of views, she understands that no matter what, I'm responsible of this relationship thing. She knows that no matter what goes, if everything goes, I tell her, being a man means you accept all the responsibility. If you want to champion, if you want to be a champion when you win, you also got to be a champion when you lose. I take that. That's on me. That was on me. Like, there were times that, I mean, I may not say it as like I've done things wrong, and I'll be like, yeah, you know, that's my bad. Like, she goes, excuse me. I go, that's my bad. Like, don't be a smart ass. She'll be like, oh no, it's just cool. Like, you know, you got it. But it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm sorry, forgive me. No, I'm like, look, my bad. That was on me. That's my fault. Like, I should have thought a little better. And she'll be like, what did you say? Because she's every woman's gonna do that. It is what it is. But nonetheless, she understands that she trusts me to make the right decisions, and I love that. I absolutely love that. And sometimes it just means that she knows that I'm in the position where the responsibility of this relationship thing is gonna fall on me. And like Brittany, she wants it to be a 50-50 thing. Relationships are not 50-50. I don't care what nobody says. They're not even 100-100. Most of the time, there's something that people are gonna lean more on than the others. It's equivalent to, like, when it comes to children and the nurturing, we all know that that's gonna be on the mom. The protecting, the providing, we know that that's gonna be on the dad. Like, we know this. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Ready? I'll give you a great example. My lady isn't allowed to clean bathrooms because that's just a lot of elbow grease. You know what I'm saying? You got to really get down there and really get it in. You understand what I'm saying? You got to really get it in. She don't throw out the garbage. She's not allowed to carry grocery bags. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm not going shopping with her. No. She's worse than my grandmother sometimes. Like, she'll be like, I want to go and get a milk and a soda and like some bottles of water, and then she wants to walk through every single aisle like my grandma. I can't stand that. She knows this. So for that, I say, go shopping. Either I drop her off or whatever, she'll go shopping, or now the service side, like, they'll bring everything, put it in the car. Once that garage door goes up, she gets out of the car. Tick, tick. She goes, here's the keys. Because I don't have to explain it. She doesn't deal with groceries. She doesn't do no heavy lifting. She don't do none of that stuff. But you ready? I don't wash dishes. Most of the food I don't cook. I mean, I do breakfast because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But like most of the heavy stuff that's on me. But then you ready? When it comes to our son, when it comes to our family, that's on her. Now, which side is the more heaviest? Everybody's gonna have different feelings. But if you, and I always say this, if you really pay attention to where the responsibility usually leans on the heaviest, when it comes to the overall family, it's always gonna be on the man. I can say and feel however you want to feel. I want you to understand, and I tell my ladies all the time, ready, hear me out. Children need their mothers. But I'm not sure if you really notice, especially boys and even girls, like she mentioned the whole thing about not having right proper father and whatever it may be, but even with boys, my oldest son is 12, soon to be 13. From here on out, it's daddy's time. Yeah, you're gonna need mom, but you're gonna need dad. Dad is gonna have to keep you on that course. Why? Though I don't really rock with him like that. One thing TD Jakes always said is, where's Grandpappy and Uncle Tito and Uncle Tom and where is Grandpa and Great Grandpa? There's no men. There's no men at the end of the. By the time, hear me out. My son is blessed. My son, I'm going to say all of my sons, but my oldest son is super blessed. Why? Because by the time he reaches 21, 22, 30, 40, 50, he's surrounded by so many masculine men. He's going to have Uncle Gotti, Uncle Rob, Uncle Danny, Uncle Chewy, Theo G, Theo Boy. He's gonna have his great Uncle Doug over here, Uncle Joey, Titi. He's gonna have so many men that he can go to when life really starts to get hard. Like 21, 22, life ain't not really that difficult. But how many guys do you see making it to 35, 40, and they start hitting those walls in their life? And now it's like, who's there to say, stop it, keep going, let's keep pushing through. You're going to hit this part in your life. You're going to hit this part in your life. You're going to go here. Listen, like how TD Jakes always said, no, you don't want to deal with her. She's a trick. Come over here. Leave her alone. Like, there is no men. By the time these men get older, there's no, and that's why this YouTube thing is blowing up so huge, because a lot of the men in these young kids' lives are the people like Anton, the Kevin Samuels, God willing, one day me, because I want them to understand that I understand what they've been through. I get it. I've been there. I'm there. Like I said, I think I'm older than most of these guys. I mean, like I said, I know I don't look, I'm looking like, I know, I'm joking. But let's keep going real fast before this ends over.
Because people agree don't mean that it's necessarily the truth or is right. Because a lot of people agree for the wrong reasons. I'll give you an example, right? I'll use an example on the man side. You can have these incels, right? A guy that is fucking mad because he never got women, or he never gave a shot, or he was never the high school quarterback, or he joined a fucking fraternity for the wrong reasons, not for the networking opportunity, but because he felt like it was a better way for him to get women, right? And just because he aligns with somebody that say fuck women doesn't necessarily mean that that's the right way in which he's supposed to operate, but he feel like it's his truth because that's his life experiences, right? So he's going to glean, or he's going to lean into this thing that makes him more of an incel, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be productive for his life.
No, I'm not saying it's productive. I'm saying that it's still true, and it's still...
Hold on. So hear me out. He said a key point right here. But this is what I was saying before. A lot of these people on YouTube, hear me out. I've done my homework on a lot of these guys on YouTube. I've done my homework on a lot of these dudes. And I want you to understand, ready? Even on my gaming channel, my True Hall of Fame, right? Even in the gaming world, a lot of those YouTubers, them top YouTubers, in real life, before the YouTube shit, they wasn't shit. So they got YouTube famous, but then now they talk like from this perspective, like if this was always their life. And this is why I'm over there. This is why I'm over there. This is why that community needs me. So go subscribe to that other channel, True Hall of Fame. I already see the logo. You know what time it is, man. True Hall of Fame. You see that? True Hall of Fame bills. Y'all already know when you see the pendant. So hear me out. I want you to understand something. Like, this is something that is very true. I know a lot of guys that are mad. And a lot of these guys on like I said, like, you could already tell some guys weren't always masculine. Hear me out. I am famous. I am famous for being called an asshole. Listen, I've been an asshole since as long as I can remember. I was in school. Hear me out. Y'all already know. Those who know me, I've had beautiful women, man. And I've never changed who I was. I was in a high school saying, yo, don't you ever come to school dressed like that. Don't you ever come over here looking like that. My kid's mother, yo, you ain't coming out like that. Any woman, listen, you're gonna have respect for yourself. You ain't coming out. Yo, I'm gonna have to bring some people up here so you guys can hear what they say. Like, they're gonna borderline say that I was like a borderline, like almost like a terrorist. They would say like, yo, I'm like, but you know what? Because what most women don't understand, gentlemen, is I'm not a reflection of them. They are a reflection of me. So what they do makes me look silly. You understand what I'm saying? I think they here nor there. But yes, like he said, there were some guys who they grew up and they didn't really have it. Now, I'm not saying I got all the girls in the world. I was raised around dudes that, like, let's be honest. No offense to that section of, you know what I'm saying, of people, you know what I'm saying. But shout out to the LGBTQ community, whatever. You know, I have a lot of I have family that's in it, and I you know what I'm saying. You know, I'm no problem. Everybody that knows me knows who I am, and they know what I'm saying. I grew up around some handsome motherfuckers. Like, I'm talking about dudes that would, like, listen. The competition was steep. What? The competition was steep. You have. If you seen the dudes that I had to grow up around with the women that was around, you hear me out. I always said this. I think music separated me from a lot of the pack. Me singing from such a young age, it helped separate me from a lot of the pack. It ain't no. I'm not gonna sit here and stun about it. The same way how this guy said, some guys went to quarterback. When some guys when they athletes, they're quarterback, they separate. It's a separation, and I think music was my separation factor. But you know, it is what it is. But there are some guys who grow up and they have that hate. I've never hated women. I've always been with women. I love women. You understand what I'm saying? But he is right. There are some guys who come into the space and they feel like now they gotta turn up that super hyper masculine energy. But if that's not who you was your entire life, homie, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
Still valid. So if I was last picked at volleyball and now all of a sudden, or not volleyball, dodgeball, and now all of a sudden I get to have all these women and I want to fuck 100 of them every night to feel like I'm getting my power back, there's still truth and validity in what I'm experiencing. That doesn't mean that it's productive long term.
Now, I'm so grateful Have women pass me up? Of course. Of course. I think every man's got passed up. But I'm so grateful that I never went there. I never had to ever feel as a man like, oh, now that I'm the man, now I gotta sit there and just like super overdo it. This is where a lot of men go wrong. And fellas, don't fall into that trap, because one thing I will always say is just big shout out to Fred the Godson, you know what I'm saying, the homie, you know what I'm saying, may he rest in peace. You know, always do what Fred said. Just have the memory of an elephant. I always tell you guys on Instagram, go follow me over there too, Michael May Forever. I'm always telling you guys, just don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget who said no. Don't forget who turned you down. Listen, you and it ain't a hate thing, but you think that I forgot? I remember who turned me down in high school. I remember when I was going to Kiss Bay Boys and Girls Club. I remember everybody that was like, nah. Don't you dare hit me, cause I'm gonna hit you with that. I'm gonna hit you with that with that Destiny Child. No. You say yeah. I'm quick. Hear me out. I am quick to be like, I know you. They didn't go to. Oh yeah. Hey, then we should hang. No, we really shouldn't. That's not. I'm like, nah. I don't think that's a good idea, fellas. If you can control, especially not just men, but even women, more so women, if you can control who has access to you at a very extreme structured level, you become so much more powerful. I want you to understand that every woman shouldn't have access to you. Just remember I said that.
But in that moment, as a former man hater myself, I can say that my perspective and my feelings were still valid. If I have shitty experiences with men and I hate them, I'm allowed to feel that way. Now, is that productive and
See, here we go. She could see, hear me out. Only because she's a woman, she can say that. You can say, I'm allowed, because a man is not allowed to sit there and say, women play me my whole life, so now I could be a woman hater. You can't say that. You see what I'm saying? And this is the part that I'm always telling you fellas. Life isn't fair. Honestly, me, I don't care about fairness. I really don't care about what's fair, what's this. It's about this is what needs to be done, and that's what needs to be done. And I'm so grateful that that's how I operate. Like I said, even when it comes to my children, my lady, my family, like, yo, if I showed y'all guys right now, ready, hit me, no BS. If I was to turn this camera and go look over there where the recycle is at, right? Recycle has to go out. You think my lady cares? You think hold on. You think that she's gonna go, I understand, you're filming, you're recording, and we're gonna no, she'll be like, my lady's smart. Go fast. She'll tell me, hey, the recycle needs to go out. Hey, the recycle's getting a little high. You know what she's supposed to do? She don't put the recycle in the bin no more. She starts putting them on the table. So as I walk by it, it's like, let me go throw the recycle out. Why? Because she's not going to bend. And she shouldn't. That's not what she does. Now, some may say, well, I made her that way. That's a good thing. And I want to make sure she stays that way. Ready? Same thing like me. Right now, after I'm done with this film, what time is it? Let me see. It's 7:30. So now I have to go wash the cars. I have to go fill them with the gas. I do this every week. She doesn't do that. She doesn't deal with the cars. So now, so she doesn't have to tell me that. Obviously, sometimes she does. But for the most part, I'm on my job. But should she bend and say, let me throw out the garbage? Now, there are times that she doesn't go all the way outside to the front, throw the garbage. She may tie it up and leave it in the garage. So when I come home, I have gifts there waiting for me. Like, oh, you have a little gift there in the corner. Do you smell that? Yeah. Throw that in the trash. And it is what it is. So she's not going to bend on her principles, nor will I. So I think that this whole thing about the truths and all this stuff, that's all bullshit. Handle your business as a man and make sure your women are on your program. I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the face, and it's never gonna change, y'all. It's never gonna change. Yes, could there be some level of truth in everything? Of course there is. But you know what? No one cares. No one cares to seek no one's seeking information. Most people are seeking affirmation, especially women. But you already know what time it is. I'm your host, Michael May. Hear me out podcast. Till next time, we out.